up, everybody? Welcome to the Damn Dude Podcast.
Damn dude. Damn dude. Damn dude. Damn dude. Damn dude.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to episode 36. And this is part 6 of the journey to inner peace. So, I realize I do that every time. And that's like not even funny. Like, I don't know. It sometimes when I hear it back, I'm like, huh. I don't know. For some reason, that's funny in my head. Oh, man. Anyway, so this is weird. I feel like this is my first time recording an episode ever. I kind of have that vibe going on. Because yesterday, I had to help my oldest son and guide him along some paths to help him have the journey to inner peace for himself. And that included going to Central City East in LA, aka Skid Row. And I can say shit was really motherfucking real. If you want to teach your kids about drugs and the street life, and granted, you have to know how to navigate the streets. You can't just go there and be okay if you don't know the streets. If you're nervous as fuck and you're this or that, you can't go there. Like, don't go there. You're gonna get hurt. And I'm actually gonna do an entire podcast episode on it and I'm gonna have a special guest. I'm gonna actually have my son come. He doesn't even know he's doing this yet. But I'm gonna let him just kind of take over the show for a few minutes and give his perspective on what he learned, because he's 15, he'll be 16 this year. So I think this would be really fucking cool to document and really just get laid down, like what he fucking learned. And man, what I learned and everything is just crazy, dude. Like, currently in 2021, and it's January, March, April, May. Holy fuck, it's May already. And as of May, when you go there, heavily centralized between 4th and 6th, and all the streets that go in between, that would include Los Angeles Boulevard, that would include fucking Wilson. Is that what it's called? Wilson Avenue, I think. And then there's the other two that start with P's. I think San Pedro is one of them, and then put something else, I forget. But that whole 3-mile radius, all fucking homeless camps like you've never fucking seen. Like, I've been to foreign countries, and I've been to the ghettos, and I've been around, and I've been to Skid Row back in the 90s, and I've been to, I even went to Skid Row in the early thousands. I went, and going this last time, bruh.
Damn dude.
Next level shit, man. Next level shit. I gotta save it all. I'm too excited about it. So, and I don't want to derail from our whole point of what we're getting at. So, just to catch you guys back up to speed, if if you're really following along on this, like I said, this is part 6 of this, and there's a lot to fucking unpack. I didn't realize how many parts there would be to actually tell this specific story, and I'm still on the first trip, but it's crazy because that was the longest one. So, anyway, so to recap, you guys, this whole thing started off with major anxiety. I guess I didn't even form this in this episode, but also as a factor was like major depression, because I was going through being suicidal and all these different things. I had panic attacks were at an all-time high. I was freaking out. I ended up just leaving my job during a mandatory meeting. And yeah, so I was just freaking out. I wasn't doing what I loved. Eventually, I kind of realized that all the anxiety and pressure and all of that was pointing me towards working for myself and doing what I love. And that's what all the anxiety and panic attack was about, was, you're just not in alignment with what you love. And it was like, I summed it up as my higher self, my spirit guide, God, whatever, was telling me, bro, like, you got to do some different shit. Like, this isn't it. It's not it. This ain't it. This ain't it. And it's like, if you keep having panic attacks and anxiety attacks, dude, you got to do some different shit. You know what I mean? How else are you going to feel different if you don't do something different? And that's just very fucking simple, Like, I don't even have to say, oh, I'm not a doctor, this is not medical advice, like, or whatever. It's like, that's just true. Like, dude, if you feel one way and you do something different, you will feel a different, like, it helps feel a different way, I should say. And at the same time, there is those times where shit sucks and you just have to feel it. And we just have to like really let it in and accept it and allow the pain to circulate and go through and feel it and all of that. And like, it was crazy because thinking back when I was driving home from LA yesterday with my son, like we were listening to a song. Okay, just, we got to keep it real. So we were listening to the song Cold Christmas by King Lil G. And this is after our whole day in LA and Skid Row and all this. And we were walking. We didn't just drive through, like we were walking. And if you've never heard that song by King Lil G, King L-I-L-G, King Lil G, Cold Christmas, go listen to that song. I promise it's one of the realest fucking songs you've ever heard in your absolute entire life. But that shit hit me so fucking deep, man. Like, I just started tearing up. I started crying when we were driving home in front of my teenage son. And I'm like, there's a lot of ways this can go right now. I can take this as like, I could be tough, because I could have held it in. And I was like, nah, fuck that. That's some weak ass shit. If you got to hold it in, that's not being tough. Holding pain in is not being tough. Accepting and facing and loving the pain, that's tough. That's the real G shit. Like that, if you can do that, that's respect, dude. Because it's not common for men to cry. It's not common for your dad to cry. It's not common for people to cry because things are beautiful or things are like, or you're so appreciative, or you're just, you're feeling it that much where it's like, damn, like this is beautiful, and you just let it out. And it's like, man, I realized I was man enough to do that, and I was really proud of myself. And I was like, man, like I'm telling my son, like, bro, like, this shit just hits different sometimes. And all the pain I've ever gone through and experienced, it doesn't hurt me in a like, oh man, like it doesn't if I cry about this, it doesn't make me sad. If I cry about this, it's because I'm so appreciative and I remember what the pain felt like, and I remember the direction it was taking me. And right now I am present to how I feel, and I'm so appreciative for how I feel right now in comparison to how that felt back then. At the same time, I'm never going to forget how that felt, and it's not going to eat my brain up.
Damn, dude.
That makes sense? Like, I'm never going to forget it. I'm going to always remember what that feels like. And at the same time, dude, like, I'm going to remember, dude. And I'm not going to let it kick my ass presently. And I think that's what the journey to inner peace is. I think that's what healing past traumas is. I think that's what healing itself is. So that was why I went on this whole journey and went out to the jungle and first participating in personal development stuff. Well, first working for myself. That was the first real thing, was like listening to my inner feeling, my inner spirit, my inner thoughts, my freakouts. It's like your soul doesn't just get shaken around inside your body and brain for no reason. Like something that, however you call it, higher than you, bigger than you, something you don't understand, is doing and telling you something. Anxiety isn't to be like, oh my God, I got to figure it out. I have to undo it. No, it's you have to listen to it. If you suppress it with different medications and shit, then like you're never actually going to be happy. That's kind of like the trap. So this is why listening to ourselves is so important. And I listen to myself and I'm like, all right, I'm going to the fucking jungle. I don't know why. I don't know nothing about ayahuasca. I don't know nothing about Peru. I don't speak Spanish. Like, I got Mexican homies. I know fucking words like Simón, ese, and shit like that. But I don't know, like, real Spanish. You know what I mean? Like, and especially not at that point. Now I can understand some shit. I practice some, but, like, I can't say I speak Spanish, or even understand. It's just some stuff. Point being is, I went out there and picking up exactly where we left off, which would be when I was explaining how the Ikaros take you on journeys, and how I was having dreams in like my relative or in my loved ones. I'm sorry. I was having conversations with my loved ones in their dreams, and they were able to remember and recall the conversations had. And I was in that world, in their brain, having those exact topic of conversation on purpose.
Damn, dude.
That was crazy. That blew my mind, dude. That showed me some other shit, you know. Now, granted, I confirmed this after I went home, you know, and I was able to talk to them because there's no cell phone service in the jungle or internet or any of that shit. There's not even running water, really. It's like the water comes out of they have like, I don't even want to call it, I mean, I guess it's running water because like you can turn the little faucet on and then some water will come out. But it's not like traditional running water. It's like water that just comes straight from the river. And the water's brown when it comes out of the thing. And it's like, we had to brush our teeth with that and shit. I'm just like, and it's like, oh, it's just dirt. Like, it's just dirt in the water. It's not actual, like, something bad, you know? I'm just like, well, I fucking brushed my teeth with it and showered and all of that. And I'm still fucking here. And I ended up healing more things than not in our fucking, what do you call that? All of our, not calcified, our, whatever that bullshit they put in our water. What am I trying to think of? Calcium, chlorine. Oh, you guys know what I'm talking about. The shit that's bad. Fluoride. Is that what I'm saying? Yeah. I think. Whatever. If you're into shit, you know what I'm talking about. Fluoride? Yeah, put fluoride in the water. There you go. And okay. Fluoride calcifies the third eye. That, boom. Got it. Caught up with myself. So, you know, it's like there's no fluoride and shit in their water, and it's like, fuck, we got it here, and I'm all jacked up and got all these skin conditions and weird shit. So I'm out there, and in the Ikaros, where I like left off was I ended up I felt like my angels, my protectors, my spirit guides were going on to the next realm, and I couldn't go because that would have equaled me being dead here on Earth. So what ends up happening is my three main angels who I always felt were with me, which is my little sister, my best friend Pablo, and my grandma and my grandma Taylor. You can see all tatted on my arms here, if you're watching the video when it comes out. That they all left me and they died again, and I'm like, but this time they all died at the same time. So it was like, how do I explain it? So it was like they were going to the next level, and because I'm not dead, I'm not in that level. I just happen to be in this world as a guest via the technology of Mama Ayahuasca and the plant medicines. You with me? Like that is like the medicine, the plant medicines contain the directions, the instructions, and the actual information highway to travel down. So within this highway, I guess, these galaxies, the next, you know, however you want to consider it, the next universes, they move on, and it's like who's in charge of this universe here and what we understand and have seen as heaven for people who've had near-death experiences or have died and came back, or, you know, crazy shit like that. Like, people have very similar stories, which is very interesting. It's no coincidence that when somebody almost dies in another part of the world, in another language, they have the same stories and feelings and visions and shit as somebody who speaks the same language as we do. You know what I mean? Like that.
Damn, dude.
That's crazy because it's like out of everything, because if we're very heavily our environment, yet we have two complete different environments and we're experiencing and seeing the same things, then that's really what I think like points at what is actually true in life or not.
Damn, dude.
And true with a asterisk, which is strange because true in a way where there's not scientific proof and you know this is factual. Like if you've seen a ghost or you've seen spirits or you've felt those things, you understand that like no matter how much science or TV or whoever the fuck tells you that's not real, ghosts aren't real, how can we prove it? Blah, blah, blah. We can't just call upon them. And it's like that's ignorance to the next world, to the next dimension. When people say shit like that, it's like, well, it's because you don't know how to tap in. Let's go out to the jungle. Let's go do this, 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 and this. And then let's have this conversation again. And then I dare you to tell me it's not real. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, dude.
So what ends up happening is my little sister, my best friend Pablo, and my grandma Taylor all essentially died at the same time. So keep in mind, like when I was a little kid, my grandma Taylor, my little sister Winky, Catalina, Winky's her nickname, and my great aunt, they all passed away in the same time. But I was closest with my sister and my aunt. I'm sorry, my grandma. I was closest with my sister and my grandma, and so that hit me big, you know. Like as a kid, the impact that I felt was from my sister and my grandma, not so a little bit from my aunt passing, but it was mainly from my sister and grandma. And then as I got older, I kind of realized, wow, like just the whole trifecta of it really is a lot of weight on me, you know, to carry around. So I had to heal that shit. Anyway, I'm reliving, and then so as I grow up, I lose other friends and whatever. And then Pablo was like my closest friend that died. And so I felt like they were always my spirit guides. They were my not that they were my spirit guides, but they were my angels. They were my protectors, and they lived in my shoulders and just had my back. And so during ayahuasca, I'm healing shit. I'm going through the journey. I'm asking questions. I'm like untying all the knots of my self, my past lives, my family history, all that shit. And I'm just like understanding. Wow. But it hit me that they all left, and how it occurred, how it has to occur to somebody with a brain that's still attached to Earth in this world and dimension, is that they died again. And that's the most simple way I could put it. Because it was deeper than that. It's just shit that we don't have access to understanding yet. So they all died at the same time, and they were like so happy, and they were just like, it was like really when somebody dies, it's not like they're like, oh man, all right, bro, like peace out, man, like I'll see you in another lifetime, like it was great to know you. It's not like that. I mean, maybe sometimes if you know somebody's dying, but usually they're not in like good enough state to communicate like that. So they are like, yeah, let's go, and just kind of without looking back, just shoo.
Damn, dude.
I'm sitting there like, what do I do? What do I do? Oh my God, like, what do I do? And it was weird because I felt like somebody just fucking chopped like a fat fucking like steak, like you know, like a steak you'd eat, like out of my back, like carved a big chunk of meat out of my back. It was like they just removed the inside of me from my back. All my internal hardwiring and everything I'd worked so hard to like understand and grasp and like hold on and stay here and keep pushing, like it was all gone. And I'm like, what the fuck? All the dreams I had of my sister visiting me, telling me it's going to be okay. All the visits I had in my dreams and my sleep and spirits and prayers and meditation and all these things were just gone. All my things I had of safety and protection, and it was just beyond feeling naked and exposed. It was like, I don't even know how to explain. It was just next level, like I'm empty and done and hopeless. Like I'm not even conscious enough to feel hopeless. This is so far beyond that. This is like, I have no reason to live. And at the same time, I have such no reason to live that I have no reason to even die. I don't deserve even being dead. That is a luxury that I'm not granted yet, or if ever. And I just started feeling like, oh my God, and my world started turning dark and upside down so fucking fast, like I have never experienced. And it wasn't the ayahuasca, it wasn't a bad trip, it wasn't anything like that. This was such a deep personal understanding for myself and my life that I was just completely hollow for the next day and a half, 2 days. Jen was there. She was telling me things and talking to me, and Maestro was there, and he's telling me like, it's cool, this and that. But he wasn't even really tripping. He was just kind of kicking back, like, and he would just smile at me and kind of shake his head, and like he knew something. And I'm like, I knew that it wasn't anything that anybody did. I knew that what had just happened was I had just pulled up the roots on the weeds of my thoughts and feelings. Like, I fucking yanked the roots out of my pain. I yanked the roots out of my suffering. I yanked the roots out of all assumptions and jealousy and questions. I had none. I fucking yanked it to the very tip of the root, dude. Just like my heart was gone. My fucking brain was gone. My fucking gut feeling was gone. That, like, this reassuring feeling I had in the back of my shoulders all the time, that I would feel that I'm like, oh, my angel's got my back, was gone. And the last vision I had was like, it was a combination of all of my sister, my best friend Pablo, and my grandma. They turned into like stars, and they shot away into the galaxy and went shoop, like kind of into like warp speed, and warped into a different dimension. But it was crazy because they came back, and my spirit guide came back. His name was Dover. He's like this cool British dude. All right, that's interesting. That's a whole nother thing. I think I've explained it a little. And then Mama Ayahuasca, they all came to me because how I interpreted it was my spirit guide. He's very orderly, and I drive him crazy because I'm just like, let's go here. It's like I'm like Mr. Magoo, just blindly fucking walking off buildings, asking for hamburgers and shit. Or, oh, that's not Mr. Magoo. That was the other dude. But I'm like those guys. Mr. Wimbley, is that his name? I don't know. But I'm like those dudes where I'm just like, ba-da-da-da-da, and somehow I'm just like, oh, I'm safe. Like, oh, I managed to eat today. Like, oh. It's like, that's pretty much my life. And my spirit guide, he's just like, you dumbass. Like, stop it. No. So he's running around and he calls them back. Mama Aya helps call them all back, and they all come, and they were like, bro, like, you got to remember he's still a human. And they're like, oh, fuck. Like, and they were kind of like, bro, we're going on. And yeah, man, I'm kind of like, they came, told me that, and were like, to be like, we stayed around way longer than we were contracted to and supposed to. We had to pull a lot of strings to be able to stay with you for this extra amount of time, because you really suffered and you really went through shit when you were a kid and as a teenager and as a young adult. So we had to stay longer, man. Like, you wouldn't be, it was like kind of what I took. It wasn't directly said like this, but it was like, you wouldn't be here if we didn't stick around extra longer. And I totally get that, because I see how that resonates and where that's pretty fucking true for myself in my life, where I was just like, I had nothing and I was so hopeless and I'm just so done for. And something is just like, you got this, bro. Like, just wouldn't let me fucking put my head down all the way. It wouldn't let me take like that leap into insanity all the way.
Damn, dude.
It was really crazy, man. I couldn't even wrap my mind around how much it hurt and how empty and hopeless, and I had never felt pain like that. And I'd gone through crazy shit. Keep in mind that one time I broke my skull, neck, and back in 8 places. I've dropped out of firefighter school, just shy of being a real firefighter. My ex cheated and got pregnant by another dude after we were dating for hella years. I dropped out of school. I got fired from my job. And then my 2 best friends got murdered. And that was all at the same time. And it's like, fuck, when you got a broken skull, neck, and back, and your best friends died, your girl fucking left you, and you just got fired, and your career's over, and all you can do is lay there. All you can do, sorry. and all you can do is lay there and think about it and be with that and feel that.
Damn, dude.
Fuck, man. So, fuck. On that note, man, I need to take a drink real quick. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back here. Much love, guys.
Damn, dude. California Cal.
What up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm your host, of course.
California Cal.
And this is the Damn Dude podcast.
Damn, dude.
So, thanks for holding tight over that couple second break there. I realized I just took a break and I didn't go pee, and I gotta take a piss, man. But like, not that bad. I think second wind will come, and if not, you guys will have another break here. Anyway, okay, no, I'm good. So I was all talking about some serious ass shit too. Oh, I remembered my timer. Good. Okay. So, reliving the deaths of my angels. It was like, oh, that's crazy. That just hit me right now. Reliving the deaths of my angels.
Damn, dude.
Fuck, that's pretty hard, actually. Damn. I didn't even realize that. I just kind of casually jotted that down in like all of my notes, whenever I write them, like my brain goes absent and I just start writing stuff. It's kind of crazy. So it's crazy. I drew this picture. I'll have to find my old notebook and share some of the some of the drawings and some of the notes I had written down, because it's wild, dude. I was like next level sad. I've never felt pain like this. Never, dude. And even after the broken neck thing and this and that, never, man. So I'm just going through like I said, like a day and a half, 2 days. I'm pretty sure it was like 2 days. Yeah, it was 2 days actually, because I remember it went into the next nighttime too. So it was like 2 days, 2 nights that I was feeling like this. Where Jen, when she would talk to me, I was just like, nothing, absolutely nothing was bringing me out of this. I was so mad and so sad. I was just crying and crying and crying and crying, and I don't even know what about exactly. I was just like, they left me, they're gone. Like, I couldn't stop repeating that. Is like, they left me, they're gone. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, they're gone, they left me. And she's like, who left you? What? And I'm explaining, and she's like, it's gonna be okay, and like reassuring me and telling me all these things that make sense. And I'm like, logically it makes sense, but how empty and gone and where my emotions were at, I couldn't. It was beyond my emotions. My emotions backseated, and it was like I don't even know, man. It was like my soul, it was like my soul stepped in and was overriding my brain and my heart and my stomach and my emotions. And my soul was like, bro, like, I got you, man. Like, I'm part of you. You've showed me some love. We've been damaged as fuck together. And we got this, man. I'll keep us going. And it's like, even if your body can't. Because I didn't move. I just fucking like sat there. I didn't eat. I didn't do nothing. I'm just sitting in the middle of the jungle, just in the Maloga, just sitting there, dude. Like, there, there's like, there'd be like a table to eat, or, benches and stuff, or like hammocks. And I would just, if I can sit or lay, I wouldn't be sleeping. I would just be zoned, just fucking zonked, like, oh my God, like, fuck, what am I gonna, they left me. They're gone. Like, they left me. Could not fucking wrap my mind around it. And this is crazy, because I don't know if I've ever really told this out loud. Like, I might have told this story a couple times to maybe my mom, my brother, or maybe my dad, or homie Sebastian, but saying this now and like really putting it out there, I'm really putting my like hippie side out there in a way, which is kind of cool, because a lot of people don't know how deep I go with that stuff, and it's something that when people talk about it, it's like it's shit that's not like like, oh, this crystal is gonna fucking change your life and blah blah blah. It's like, nah, that's not what all that shit's about. Like like when it comes to crystals and rocks and pendulums and all this shit, is like there's ways to communicate and pray and meditate through them and with them that intensifies it. And there's certainly certain energies and certain frequencies that different materials and different minerals and all of that put off, and things that they do. It's like, why do you not, why are you, it's like, think about it like this, like, if you put good dirt into seeds, like, how the fuck does that create life? Oh, the dirt just fucking, what, it's just dead, it doesn't do anything? No, like, the dirt has life and gives life, like the soil that gives life. It is life. So the same thing, it's like, if you are willing to believe that some fucking dirt that just sits there creates life, why are you not willing to believe that you can communicate through other different natural materials, such as different gems and stones and things like that, different plants? You know what I'm saying? It's like, that doesn't even make sense to not acknowledge that, or to like be like, oh shit, you know, yeah, that makes perfect sense. It's like, you think the dirt is the only thing that gives life? Come on now, you know what I mean? It's like, shit's way bigger and deeper and all that. So, so that's why I'm like, you know, this is worth talking about, because this shit's very real and verifiable, and like, there's more than enough proof out there if you look, you know, and evidence and ways to experience this for yourself. I can show you tricks with energy that'll blow your mind. Like, I can show you how to give and take power, physical power, from another human being. And it's never not worked once. I've done it on the buffest people I know and everybody in between. And it's all in the way we hug too. Crazy. I can show you some shit, dude. Like, for real, it's pretty crazy. Anyway, but my point is that I felt like my angels were gone and they left me, and I'm like, how the fuck do I didn't know where to go. I took my 2 days. That was the worst 2 days of my life. All I'm doing is drawing depressing drawings and things, and I'm alone. It was like, I drew this picture of me sitting on the entire earth alone, like with my sitting on the planet with like my head down and like my knees up, and kind of like my elbows on my knees and my hands on my head, just like leaning over, sitting there. And then there's a picture of like 3 stars blasting out of my back and then shooting into the next universe. And then on the entire globe, or on the entire planet, and then in the universe behind me sitting there, it just says things like, I'm alone. How can they leave me? How do I go on? Things like, you know, like I said, I want to show you guys if I can find that. Anyway, so that was my mode. That was my zone. And I'm just fucking fucked up, dude. And so the next ceremony, we go in and I'm like getting familiar, and then all of a sudden it's like I'm remembering, because I learned the Ikaros, like we wrote them down, got taught the whole thing. So I'm practicing and I'm learning, and I'm like, oh shit. And I realized that like me practicing them was taking me places. And damn, I just kind of put that together right now, actually. Holy shit. That practicing it takes you somewhere too. Fuck, I need to practice more. So I remember the ceremony. This was like this was like the 4th ceremony. I did 5. Go out there, and it starts going, and the Ikaros are going, and I just fucking, Jen sings the most beautiful fucking Ikaro I've ever heard anybody sing in my life, dude. I was blown the fuck away. And it was just like this crazy, like her spirit came out of not out of nowhere, but just came like blasting through the room and just belting this song. It was just incredible. The teacher, all of us, everybody just tearing up like, oh my God, wow. Like that was absolutely fucking powerful. And then I started singing because I was feeling all uncomfortable because I don't know what the words mean exactly, like directly and all this. It's just as soon as we go to that realm into the next realm and in that world, I know what they mean. But in English and sitting here and interpreting, I can't interpret like that. So I can just tell you, I can interpret where they go and where it takes you and stuff like that through my experience with it. So at some point we're going and I'm just fucking singing, man. I'm just fucking going, dude. And it's like the songs are so fucking sick, man. And like I remember just starting off, like you start off with the prayer song, and then the next song they sing the Pachamama song, and Pachamama is like Mother Earth, Mother Nature. Sorry, not Mother Earth, like Mother Nature. It's all, Mother Nature. And oh man, the song Pachamama mucha napi, yo mama taita. It is so beautiful, man. And you're just going in like the instruments and and oh my god, the power is just and you're doing real warrior shit. All the sounds are natural sounds. It's like I have my maracas and you learn to play it in a certain way. You keep one of them spinning like one on one beat, and then the other one is the cha 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 cha. And it's like you can create fucking like energy swirls in life and vortexes and shit within while the music's going, and you have a clear mind. And once I went through hell, I got to start celebrating. And once I got to start celebrating, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. It was the most powerful shit I've ever seen. So what happened was, Maestro was going and he's just fucking the most powerful shit I've ever seen. And at some point, what I saw was because he's dancing and he's singing and he's singing the Ikaros, and he's just going and he's like putting 1,000,000,000% energy into this, where everybody's just healing and feeling good. And it's just like, oh my God, it's like I've never felt a sense of camaraderie and togetherness and oneness than this. Like, and I'm talking about like anything beyond like doing fucking, like any sort of concerts, festivals, and parties to get like prayers, meditation, anything. I've never felt anything as connected. And oh my goodness. And I remember at some point it was just so fucking wild. And I'm like, because I was so clear-minded, I could kind of flip in from ayahuasca dream world and then back into reality and back out on my own terms. And you kind of can anyways, actually. But it's cool to stay in there because you're it's healing in that realm. So I'm just going, and I'm kind of like seeing things both back and forth. And then what happens was I start seeing reality I started seeing reality in its spirit form.
Damn, dude.
That's what it is. So like Maestro was dancing and I saw all the energy that he was channeling from all the shit he's learned and all the experience he's learned. And all of a sudden, the moment I got super connected to that, I just seen, boom, he turned into a totem pole. And he stomped his right foot and boom, he turned into a totem pole. And I swear to God, I put this on everything. 100% in real life, physically, as he stomped and he turned into that totem pole, he fucking smashed his foot through the floor. And the wood planks are fucking like 1.5 inches thick wood, maybe 2 inches. He just fucking, his foot goes literally through the floor. And it kind of snaps everybody into this weird, like, whoa, what the fuck? Because it was loud. And it's like I said, all the Maloka, all the buildings there, they're up on stilts because the river comes up and down and shit. So like they have to build it so to account for the river coming up, adjusting, going up and down. So it's just foot goes through, like falls like halfway through the fucking floor. I'm like, oh, but nobody was freaking out. It was just kind of like, whoa. That was powerful. Oh, I was just like, damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Fuck, man. I've never seen anything like that. And then it was funny because the next day when we were talking about it, because he just kept going on. He's a professional. It's like when if a professional musician is performing on stage and like they hit the wrong chord, they don't just stop and be like, oh, sorry, blah blah blah. It's like, no, you just keep fucking going. The show must go on. And he's just going and just acknowledges it, but without stopping. And I was like, whoa, to hold space for people's with that energy and spiritually. But it was so loud it shook people. But he was able to kind of like magic fucking put it back together like some Fantasia type of shit. Like people bring people back and allow them into their own energy space again, and like where they left off essentially. So, oh man, so I'm going and I just remember I'm like, I was just blown away by it. I'd never seen anything like that. And it's like on a totem pole, it's like it represents the whole hierarchy and like who's in the family and what family they're from and all of that stuff. And it's like they, out there, they're Incan tribes people and they speak Incan and they speak Spanish too, but they also speak, I guess, Incan, if that's the correct way. No, Quechua, which is Incan. And it's crazy because those are the songs that I learned were Quechua songs. So they're old Incan songs and they're passed on from fucking like a couple hundreds of years, if not more. And it was crazy because he chose us. He's like, that I was just told to teach you guys this stuff. And I still kind of can't understand why. I kind of can, kind of can't. But I don't even know how to explain it. But anyway, we're going through the ceremony still, and this was like, I'm like fucking open. I cleared all my questions, all my curiosities, all my ego, all of my like wants and desires, and all of these things just gone. And I was like, whoa, I am the most me I've ever been or felt right now. Wow. And to feel like the most version of you, that's pretty fucking cool, So I was pretty damn blown away. And all of a sudden, it's like I had my maracas, and all of a sudden they were like, I was able to like shoot and throw like green energy at people. And how it looked for me was like, it was like the green energy was like water drops. It was like, imagine if you can like throw water, it just comes in like splat, like handfuls of water. People would be like splashes, and I was just going and just throwing it at people all across the room, whoever's in the room. And it was crazy because at one point I recognized my own power. And this ties back into the last episode, how I was like, dude, a gorilla can only be a gorilla. Which was like, dude, if I move my hand and it thumps on the floor, if I swat a fly, and that's power. If I understand my own power, I can only be me. And once I've discovered who the fuck me was, then I can step into the power of me. And once that happened, I was just like, oh dude, I fucking like, I don't know if I stood up or if I got on my knees or if I just like brought my posture up. But I looked at the first person, and it was weird because at this moment, a lot of the other people were like going through hell at that particular moment right then. Because it's a journey, it's like everyone's on a different one. But in that particular moment, for some reason, everybody was all like in this like slumped, like sad looking state. You can kind of see, like, if there's that night, there was enough moonlight because there's no lights on or anything. So, and it's pitch black in the middle of the jungle where there's no light pollution either. So it's like if the stars or the moon's bright enough, then you can kind of see people. Otherwise, it's pitch black. But I saw that and I was like, whoa. And then and then all of a sudden, light and dark disappeared, and it didn't matter. I can see like how a cat, like my eyes just, I was able to see in the dark because I was seeing reality as it is.
Damn, dude.
So it's like according to the grid of life and the pattern of life and the DNA of the existence of life and the space between us that we can't see. Essentially, if you miniaturized yourself and you ran down and you created everything and you imagine there's a grid between everything, and you can travel on this grid, there's sort of like information highways. So I was able to travel these grids to see other people and feel them. And it's like this additional sense that's the best way I can explain it. So with that, I'm like seeing these people and I'm just fucking bam. And I went in a circle and I started from right and started going left. And boom, I started just throwing it at one person next to me, And then all of a sudden they start tapping and going with my beat. And then all of a sudden they stood up and started like dancing and like playing, you know, and vibing to the beat, like playing with it. And then other people who knew the songs, they would start. So boom, the next person, bam. I see that person start just waking up and fucking go. Bam, the next person, bam, the next person. And I'm like, oh, did I just, oh. And I'm just fucking tripping out because I'm like, whoa, I was like healing everybody. They were just like, bam, I was hitting people with the most crazy positive energy that I could throw at somebody, and boom, boom. Oh, dude, my mind was going. I was like, oh my God, like this is amazing. And to me, I'm so self-conscious. If somebody asks me to sing or something in front of them, that's probably the most like cringy, embarrassing thing for me to do, or to like keep a rhythm or something. I can't. That's not me. So it took a lot of balls, guts, whatever, for me to. Or you know, the other reference for that one, if you listen to the older episodes, it took a lot of, you know, it took a lot to be able to like allow myself to express musically. Holy fuck, because I'm not a music person. And I'm doing that and I'm just like, holy shit. And then all of a sudden I became fucking like, I'm just throwing this green energy at people, boom boom. All of a sudden I become fucking Maestro's right hand. And I literally became like, it felt like the Transformers, or like fucking what's the other shit? Like, does Power Rangers do that? Where they all have their own thing and then they fucking build their own fucking big ass robot? It was like that, you know. It's like one person's robot is the head, one person's robot is the arm, one person's robot is the leg, one person's the other leg, one person's the torso. Like I was, I was Maestro's right hand, and I became his right hand, and we became this like, essentially like how a totem pole is like stacks, you know. It's like you could, there's different pieces, and hella each piece means hella different shit. And it was like my position as his right hand, he kind of like welcomed me into it and allowed me to. He's like, bro, like if you recognize your power, I'll let you use it, but you have to recognize it for yourself. I can't say, hey, come be my right hand. You have to say, hey, hell yeah, I'm doing the work of your right hand. And then all of a sudden he just, boom, let me take over, and he fucking stopped at a certain point, and it was me fucking conducting the entire fucking ceremony. And I didn't know I was doing it until the moment I just heard only myself, and I was like, and I kind of panicked for a second, and I was just like, fuck it. Boom, 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 boom. Just kept going, like, oh, just keep fucking going, you know? So as I became his right hand, we're just fucking throwing crazy healing energy at people, and just boom, 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 hitting everybody, and just putting on the most beautiful fucking ceremony oh my God, I've ever experienced or seen. It was just fucking phenomenal. I can't even, words don't even express. Like, I know I've said a lot of crazy ass shit that's out there, and if you let it be what it's intended to mean, it makes a lot of sense, you know, and that can actually be really deep, I think. Yeah, man. So fuck. So as soon as as we start healing people, and it just becomes the most beautiful thing. I remember we all passed out in the Maloka that night. Nobody went back to their room or nothing. Everyone was just like, I just remember smiling. Everyone was so tired. Everyone was so smiling and so happy. And like, I just never felt anything like that, man. And then that leads us to the next ceremony, which would be the fifth ceremony. And not only is that the fifth ceremony, but that was the last ceremony of that first Peru trip on the journey to inner peace. And
Damn, dude.
I'm gonna tell you guys that in this next episode, which is gonna be part 7 of the journey to inner peace, is that we went to a fucking discoteca in the middle of the fucking jungle and got absolutely fucking faded with Abraham Lincoln and and some pervs, and peeing off a fucking balance beam off a 2-story building. And yeah. chugging 40s of this beer called Cristal in the middle of the jungle, and our last ceremony there. So on that note, make sure you guys tune in every Monday and Thursday at noon. Find us on any platform where audio podcasts are available. Leave us a 5-star written review on Apple Podcasts, also as well as listen notes, and give us a follow on Instagram as well as Facebook at Damn Dude Podcast.
Damn, dude.
I appreciate you guys. Much love, and I'll catch you guys on episode 37, part 7 of the Damn Dude Podcast, Journey to Inner Peace. On that note, much love. Love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Appreciate yourself. Appreciate your life and everything that you got. And then we're going to get into a special guest interview 1 or 2 after that. So anyway, much love. Have a beautiful day. Rooster Tail, take us out. That's at Rooster Tail, TALE official. Much love. Peace. Me